Screw gravity.
What you watching?
Oh, a funny video full of skits. Well, no need to shout, dude. She's right over here. Oh, well, I was calling you to help me out for the opening of the skit.
The opening skit for this Journey Through video?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know how to represent the game.
Well, why don't we start back from the beginning? What is the game about and what do we know?
Well, it's a game with gravity controls and was first released on the PlayStation Vita,
I don't know what that is.
but was later remastered for the PlayStation 4.
Why not reenact the skit with the gravity from the ASDF movie?
What? No. I mean...
Totem. Screw gravity. Whoa, wait!
Okay. I guess that'll do.
Gravity Rush is the game of the day, and I have to say I had low expectations for this game solely based on its description in the PlayStation Store. Fall into Gravity Defying Adventure, the award-winning PlayStation Vita hit remastered for PlayStation 4. Turn your world upside down, manipulate gravity, explore a vast open world, with all DLC included. Nice. Okay, so it wasn't exactly because of the descriptions, it was because it was originally on the PlayStation Vita. I knew absolutely nothing about the Vita and assumed it was a pretty weak handheld. Weak in the sense that the game quality is probably similar to those of the PSP or the Nintendo DS. And you know, that's not a bad thing, but even if it's an open world in a PSP or a DS game, well, let's just say we don't have a GTA 5 port on those systems. But yeah, that was basically it. That was how low my expectations for this game was. I mean, I played Super Mario Galaxy. There is no way they would be able to pull off an open world with full gravity controls, right? Well, let's float on in and find out if it does. The game starts with a tree on a cliff as the game zooms in on an apple on the tree. That's an Isaac Newton reference right there. We can move the camera with the motion of the controller, and honestly, the way it moves feels pretty good. And it can be adjusted if you so desired. And the game prompts us to tap the apple. Tap the apple a few times and it will fall off the tree and start rolling. That is when we hear a voice speaking in a different language. And we follow the apple as the game credits kick in. This is more cinematic than I thought. The opening credit also shows characters of interest. And at the end of the credits, we follow the apple and stop short of this girl laying in the middle of the park. And now we are given control of the character. I would have Lily talk about how she plays, but considering how she has a lot going for her abilities, I think it's better if we just put it all together and have her talk about it later. Now that I think about it, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Hello?
I'm probably overthinking things. And out of nowhere, harassment! It's actually a guy asking for help to save his son. Follow and we see his son being sucked into some sort of black hole. The old man tells us to use his superpowers, but we don't seem to remember. Then, out of nowhere, we start floating around until we land on the wall. Follow the path and the kid will be taken closer to the black hole. Now, with all this debris flying across the sky, we use said debris to get closer to the boy. A hand then pops out and takes a piece of debris. Well, that's concerning. Not far from the boy now. A policeman tries to save the boy, but the giant arm yoinks the man. No, he is straight dead. And before the boy gets sucked into the black hole, we save him. And then the arm attacks us. But the cat takes care of the monster for us, which actually destroys the black hole. So we return to the boy to his father, and their house falls. The two of them then become ungrateful for the rescue. Poor girl then runs away. Oh, I have some choice words for those two ungrateful bats. She then opens a door which leads to the void.
La joie m'achevée, et je crois plus affiché de wansi. Pla jujude, plan chabiment dressa point chafé. De blessema, loetri, chaplain to the safe.
He then names the cat Dusty, and we spot a crow and make chase. Catching up leads to the other girl who is also called a shifter, although she gives us the cold shoulder and leaves. But we hear a person calling for help, and it's a policeman being ganged up on by a few hooligans. The policeman tries to thank the girl, but she turns her attention to a wanted poster of the Crow Girl, whose name is Raven. I guess the crow is actually a raven? The policeman tries to talk to her, and it is revealed that she doesn't remember anything. Then monsters attack. Jeez, that man is dead. Kick the baddies and the policeman will tell her to run away. By the way, the mayor labeled these monsters as Nevi, and Sid takes all the credit for our work. You gotta be kidding. We then turn on a fountain and fall down a mound hole and establish a home just under the city. Our next objective is to get furnishing for our new living space. So we save an old lady and take her chair, talk to this dude and take a small drawer off his hands, talk to the policeman Sid, and he actually gives us our name. Cat. A little on the nose there, buddy. But anyway, we take a bed that he was getting rid of, but not before fighting more of the Nebbies. You know what? I think now is a great time to talk about her powers. By the way, have you guys seen Lily?
Cat has the ability to control gravity around her. She uses her gravity shift ability to walk on the walls and even walk on the ceiling or underbelly of pathways. Because she can control gravity around her, she is able to use gravity stasis to effortlessly carry objects within a certain range. In fact, if she gravity shifts around or near the NPCs walking around, she will take them for a time. As for combat, she favors kicks. She can throw kicks around, and she can do a kick that locks on and flies towards the target when she is in gravity shift. Actually, not just the skies, but even on the ground. She has a gravity slide ability, which is really fun to use for traveling, and when she slides near enemies, she will also automatically kick while on the move, making it a pretty good way to get in and out against Nebbies or to just keep moving from hordes. She can unlock new super moves and also upgrade her gravity abilities and meter. As we progress through the game, her popularity with the people will unlock further upgrades for Cat. Can I come down from the ceiling now? I'm tired of this bit.
Not yet.
Totem!
After bringing the bed, Cat goes through the entire city picking up a bunch of abandoned knickknacks, also trying to steal a light bulb, and we see her decorate her new home. This is where we can go to save the game and to fast travel. Not a bad deal. Although I hope she showered with a clean water. Anyway, follow the red marker to progress the story. Doing so, we find Sid in a different getup. Turns out he got promoted and is on another job. Cat is obviously bothered by this, but Sid seems to require our help yet again. He is then called in by this serious man in a suit, and he secretly hands Cat a radio. And so begins episode 4. Oh right, Each new main mission is actually the start of a new episode. And upon completing a mission, the world will change. It'll start small, like who Cat can talk to in order to gain information of the world, to actually opening different locations to venture through. Anyway, episode 4. Sid messages us to sneak over to the church. We need to sneak because the police are on high alert. Once there, we get Sid's big plan. Switch the statue's gem with a fake gem. After switching the 2 gems, we reunite with Sid. Psych, that ain't Sid. And the real Sid wakes up from the bushes. Turns out that was the police's target, but he was one step ahead of us. But no time to worry about that, there are Nevi running wild at the park. So obviously, we swoop in and save the day. After that is settled, the police chief is saying Cat is in cahoots with the mastermind Alias. But the people and the other members of the force vouched for Cat. This whole trouble ends with the police getting back to searching for Alias, and Cat, although still feeling like a stranger, warmed by the people who vouched for her. After this main mission is actually where side missions become available, so let's talk about it. Side missions are all the DLC, and the side missions have multiple parts themselves. However, upon completing the side missions, Cat will obtain a new outfit for her to wear, which is the outfit she wore during said side mission. Anyways, moving on with the main story, Cat will talk with a fortune teller, which will lead her on a wild goose chase until she finds this boy looking for his father. We find and bring the father, but the boy has gone missing, and the wall that just looked like a painting of a door is now an actual pathway. Go through and Dusty runs off ahead. Without Dusty, we don't have power, which is made worse when a whole bunch of Nevis show up and start blasting. Get to the well and jump in. With that, Cat ends up on the other side. Here, Cat meets this old man, who claims to be the creator of this world. Well, Cat ain't buying it. But we end up in front of the painting wall again. By the way, Dusty came back to us. Find the old man to start the next mission, and he tells how the universe has split the city and their families, and that Cat is the answer. He then... I'm calling the police. I know, Cat, that is like so inappropriate. What the heck? So she gets pulled in and ends up at a place. That's what I'd like to know. It's apparently the world beyond, where the other part of the city is lost. The flowers are your guide to where you need to go, but we first must handle the Nevi in the area. After dealing with them, the flowers will then light a beam to the next destination. Along the way, we finally learn the old man's name is Gade. Gade the Creator. He will also reveal that a hidden power is here, but we have to go out of our way to find it. Anyway, make it to the end and we'll reach the lost part of the city. And now we must fight a giant Nevi boss. After that, the 2 city parts then recombine. However, Rachel shows up and actually starts kicking our ass, goddamn! Gade intervenes and Cat, knowing she still isn't strong enough, runs away. We have an open train station that will give us access to the entertainment district, Playjune. She then runs into the schoolboy Newt, who is searching for his friend Echo. We then get access to the school uniform. Wait, what? Go around asking the students about Echo's whereabouts, chase the student and we'll meet a girl named May, who calls out Newt for being a playboy, although it seems that it is unintentional on his part. She'll tell us where Echo was last seen, and we'll find the poor girl alone in a shed. Although Newt tries to reach out to her, she then fuses with a Nevi in her bag. We'll have to destroy the gems on the creature, but take too long and Echo will perish. Also be careful when you aim for her front. You can actually hit Echo herself, which brings her closer to death. Beat the darkness, Newt and Echo reconcile, and Cat heads off. Cat then meets with Gade and they both talk about Raven, but not soon after Cat heads into to save the next part of Playjune, after going through a new super move to reach the Lost City part. However, it looks like now Raven is going to intervene. After a hard clash, the city parts are united, and upon opening up this part of Playjune, we open up the airboat liner which leads to Endestria. Upon making way to Endestria, Sid will be there, and he informs Cat that Alias is planning to steal Endestria's gem this time. However, it looks like the police will be using Sid's fake gem plan again. This time, the police know we are working for them. Later, it's discovered that Alias planted a bomb, and we get out, only for one of Sid's pals to turn it off. A bunch of Nebbies start attacking, and they have placed some officers on top of the towers. So we save them, but Kat feels that something is off. So we head to the real gem, only to find Alias. Give chase, and it's time to end this. Kat gives the final blow, and Alias falls into the garbage disposal. And he gets crushed. What a way to go. Kat sets it up a gate before heading into the in-between. Wait, Dusty ate something. Nevidelic? As expected, this seems to have negative effects on Dusty, and now we can't use our gravity ship to fly across the level. Also, the gravity meter drains faster, so even gravity sliding can't be used for long. Find the missing part of the city and defeat the boss, with Dusty still not feeling too hot. And bring the missing city back. However, the Nebbies are still active. With Dusty back in tip-top shape, and with extra help, we defeat the Nebby. Turns out we are helped by some army group or special forces, and they tried to recruit Kat, but she declines. Well, on to the next mission, and this lady says she dropped her letter into the abyss. Go down to search, and we will keep going down deep enough until we are confronted by Raven. We're tired of her at this point, so we beat her up. During the fight, Raven starts to talk. Raven mentions some dude named Denalika being mayor, and blames Bosley for asking for our assistance. Anyway, knock out a bitch and keep falling. We then land and see darkness. Then Raven says, we are then revealed to be caged and captured by kids? Mashchild starts interrogating Kat, but Kat obviously wants out of her cage. But since neither side is budging, the boy and the others leave, and he tells this girl to stand guard. Kat finds out her name is Cyanea. Wait, how? Because throughout that entire interrogation, he never called out that girl by name. Anyway, Cyanea falls asleep and we break out. We then search for our cat while sneaking around, only for Nebbies to attack. Cyanea is being chased, but our cat appears, which gives us our gravity powers to fight off the Nebby. Once cleared, the children cheer and the leader invites Kat to rest. He tells her how their bus fell and they have been waiting there since. No adults. Just a bunch of lost children. We then talk to the boy and he tells us that he's been lying to the other children, that their parents are coming to find them, but he knows no one is looking. He then mentions his missing sister. Black hair and blue eyes. Kinda like Raven, except, she has red in her hair, and she is also an adult woman, so it can't be her. Then a Nebby attacks, and it's a big one. Beat it once, but it still ain't dead yet. Raven then appears and plans a trap for the beast. Guess this means there's a truce between us? Beat the monster and you find Cyanea all the way out here. How did you even get here? The glyph breaks and Cyanea gets knocked out, but immediately awakens and, what the heck? Wake up in this void? Get through in a whole bunch of lore. Wait, is that? Wake up and go find the Ark. Only for the big bad to come back attacking. Defeat the Nebby, load the kids onto the Ark, and we start flying. We learn that Raven is the missing little sister. Oh my gosh, I didn't suspect. So the big monster comes back and knocks Kat off the Ark mid-flight. Kat then wakes higher up the stem, but not back in the dark void. Climb up the stem and you'll find a lost man. He is looking for a letter. A letter? Take him and you will find the letter, but not before fighting more Nebby. We then learn this is a letter to his girlfriend, and we remember a girl asking us to get this letter for her. Well, with the letter in hand, let's head back topside. We return, but it is revealed that things have changed. A lot. With no time to take that in, the big Nebby is back. However, the military seems to handle it all by themselves. Kat talks to them and finds out that since the search for the letter, she has been MIA for an entire year? The commander offers us a place in his army, but Kat leaves, and we actually meet with Sid, who tells us the police had been merged with the military, and that's why he is in uniform. Actually, after this moment, there is a lot of lore to come from this. I mean, a whole year has passed, and you can meet Sid, the father and son duo, Newt and Echo, even the chick that asked us to find the letter in the first place. Wait, what? I mean, gotta respect her game, right? Help the scientist to progress the story. Turns out he is planning something with Mayor Denelika. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He looks like a bad guy, right? Like, it's not just me. I also don't like his name. Start the next episode with a nightmare, and Dusty bursts into a bunch of cats? What? Then fight Nebbies and use a new super move. And then Alias reveals himself. Psych, she wakes up. Dusty is still just one cat, and Cyanea is here. How did you get here? Afterwards, there will be something big going on that we run into everyone, like Echo, Newt, and even see the ungrateful son and his father selling ice cream. Does this mean he got, like, permission, or... Turns out the gathering is because of Mayor Denise, or whatever his name is making an announcement. Surprise! A giant disco ball! Nebby's attack and... Hold on, Gabe, we got business to attend to. Help the town alongside the new weapon, only to be attacked by Unica. Really? Now is not the time, so slap a bitch and save the city. Wait a minute. Now wait a gosh darn minute. You gotta be kidding me! But don't worry, Sid is a homie and saves Kat. And though he is threatened with court-martial, the Anemone... Oh yeah, the weapon is called the Anemone. The Anemone is going berserk. This gets Unica's attention, and she's off towards the Anemone. And Sid plans to help with that! Seriously, how did you get here? Cyanea frees Dusty, and we save Unica. Unica is down for the count, but not before revealing that the Anemone weapon is powered by Nebby. Although the Nutjob and his science pet think they can still contain it. After playing soccer with the Anemone, it will attach itself to the clock tower to turn into an even stronger weapon. However, Cyanea intervenes, announcing that it is her last time to do so, and Gade reveals himself. Now that sounds inappropriate, but there is a reasonable explanation. That needs to fuck off, decides to hit the nuke button and tells the city to evacuate with absolutely no time to evacuate. So Unica, Raven, and Kat decide to return the party bomb back to the nice try, buddy. And the credits roll. And during the credits, do not say his name, is hospitalized and people demand his resignation. I, however, demand his execution. Turns out the kids are safe in the tower, but are in a coma. Cyanea delivers one last message from her other self. That needs to be gone holds an orb that reveals Kat's identity. Commander Yuri is up and out of bed with Unica by his side, and he references the prophecy. And everybody has ice cream together, and you can continue for all the post-game stuff. This game was not what I expected. It had a lot going for it, but still not a lot for it to feel full. The world was like a sandbox. It has NPCs, and it did have all-around gravity controls, which was fun to play with in this open-world setting. However, the sandbox, let's just say it ain't nothing like your GTA 5. Like, even if you use the gravity powers to be a menace to society, the police don't do anything. I mean, heck, the citizens, they just run scared, and that's about it. The other stuff to do in the city is to collect these gems, which are used to upgrade your abilities and or just unlock new trials. Completing the trials will net you an achievement, if you're into that sort of thing. And although playing through the main story will net you some free new outfits for Kat, a majority of it come from the side missions for you to obtain them. The music is great, I love it a lot. I actually recommend you listen to the OST on YouTube if you are interested. As for the story, I think it was really well done. At least until the end. Even when I was re-watching all of my recordings to write this script, I noticed the ending was kind of just like, stop Nebby, fight Unica, gets captured, gets saved, Anemone goes haywire, Kat bites Anemone, the Raven and the kids appear. Unica and Raven hold the Anemone, flip the Mayor a Raven and an Uno reverse card, save the day and end on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I think the ending could use some work, but you know what? It's not bad for a final act. This game is fun, but is a PlayStation exclusive, as well as its sequel. But enjoy flying, sliding, and gravity defying with this game. I mean, you could say it was quite a gravity rush, eh? That's a dumb way. That's a dumb way. We have Uno? Oh yeah. Thank you. You're gonna hear that at the end of the video. Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh shit, hold, sorry. What is game? Oh, this game looks cool.
This game is Gravity Rush. This is a remastered version because it was originally released
It's on Switch?
No, it's on the PlayStation, which sucks.
Oh, okay.
Because I wish this game was on all platforms. I'd be recommending people play it like without hesitation because I love it right now.
Oh my gosh.